October 1907. The stock market was crashing. Banks were failing. Crowds were gathering outside financial institutions, demanding their money back. America was on the brink of total collapse. There was no central bank, no government bailout, no Federal Reserve. And then one man stepped forward. His name was J.P. Morgan. And what he did behind closed doors would change the future of the United States forever. At the time, America's financial system was fragile. There was no Federal Reserve. Banks operated independently. Trust companies took huge risks. Speculators gambled on stocks with borrowed money. Then came the spark. Two investors tried to corner the copper market. The scheme failed. The result? Massive panic. Depositors rushed to withdraw their savings. Banks began collapsing one after another. New York City, the heart of American finance, was freezing. If the banks fell, factories would close. Workers would lose jobs. The economy would collapse. America needed a rescue. But there was no system to save it. At 70 years old, J.P. Morgan was already one of the most powerful bankers in the world. He controlled railroads. He controlled steel. He controlled vast financial networks. And now he would attempt to control a crisis. Morgan did something extraordinary. He gathered the most powerful bankers in New York, inside his private library. And then, he locked the doors. No one was allowed to leave until a solution was found. Imagine the scene. Dim lights. Heavy wooden tables. Men in suits arguing over millions of dollars. Outside, the public was panicking. Inside, America's fate was being decided. Morgan studied the balance sheets of failing banks. He decided which institutions deserved saving and which would be allowed to fail. He forced rival bankers to pool their money together. No one wanted to risk their fortune, but Morgan pressured them. He knew something they didn't. If one major bank collapsed, the domino effect would destroy them all. Finally, after hours of negotiation, the bankers agreed to inject millions of dollars into the system. They saved key trust companies. They stabilized the stock market. They restored confidence. And slowly the panic began to fade. One private banker had done what the U.S. government could not. To some, Morgan was a hero. He saved America from economic disaster. But to others, it was terrifying. Think about it. One unelected banker had the power to rescue or destroy the national economy. Was that safe? Was that democratic? Many Americans became uneasy that if the country depended on one man, what would happen after he was gone? The panic of 1907 changed everything. Politicians realized America needed a permanent solution. A central banking system. A lender of last resort. In 1913, just a few years later, the United States created the Federal Reserve. Its purpose? To prevent another crisis like 1907. In many ways, J.P. Morgan's secret deal directly led to the birth of the modern American financial. In a dark library room in New York City, a handful of men made a decision that saved a nation. But it also revealed something powerful. Sometimes history doesn't change in public. Sometimes it changes behind closed doors. And in 1907, one man held the key.